Bada bing, bada boom. Social Inform Media.
This story comes to us from newson6.com. Out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I don't know, I think it's been a while since we've been there, because living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. You know they just keep on doing it while the bad cops just ruin it. Living on Tulsa time. Okay, anyway, shout out to country music. Did I do it justice? Huh? Asked Simon Cowell. Anyway, Tulsa police released body camera footage showing when an off-duty officer met a woman. She later accused him of raping her. Not a cop, really? News on 6 showed that video to a retired police officer to get his advice for women who have an encounter with police that makes them uncomfortable. Bob Roloff, who worked for the Tulsa Police Department for 37 years, is a retired sergeant. And he said millions of police encounters across the country each year go off without a hitch. But when something like this happens, people need to know what to do. Well, first of all, pull out your camera if it's a cop. Retired police officer Bob Roloff has had thousands of encounters with the public, either stopping them while they're walking or pulling them over. He said, if an officer makes you feel uncomfortable, call the police and ask for a supervisor. Well, heck, I think people should always be called. Hey, man, there's a cop here. I'm feeling uncomfortable. Okay, why are you feeling uncomfortable? Because there's a cop here. He said if you're pulled over and it's dark, you can always put your flashers on and drive slowly to the first well-lit or well-populated area. Yeah, and then they say, you didn't stop, that's resisting. Roloff said, now that doesn't mean that you drive 10 miles to your house. No, but I've had editorial stories I've done where maybe they drove, 300 or 400 feet to get into a lit area and the cops, ordering them out of the car. You didn't stop when I told you to. Officers in an unmarked car should always be in full uniform. No, if they're in an unmarked car, a lot of times they have jeans, but they do have the vest on that says police, right? But that, I don't know. Yeah, officers in unmarked cars, it's kind of shady. Moving on, Roloff said, if you have to, call 911. Tell the dispatcher in the city you're in, hey, I've got an officer stopping me right here. It's this car. Is this your officer? And you can tell the cop, look, I'm online with your dispatch. I don't even know if you're a cop or not. And they'll tell you, yes, that's our officer. He's there on scene with you. He said the whole conversation you just had with 911 is recorded. So it's recorded. Yeah, 911 records the call, so they'll know that you called and you said, is this a cop? If they say, no, that's not one of our police officers. Oh my God, who is this? Now, he says situations like the one seen in the video he was watching are rare. He said investigators said Reyes looked up the woman's arrest record on police databases, went to her hotel where they had a sexual encounter. Reyes resigned from the Tulsa Police Department and always maintained the encounter was consensual. And it may have been. I mean, I'm not going to try to armchair quarterback. Maybe I am, but maybe she had gotten in trouble by the cops and maybe she wanted to get back at them or something. Who knows? Or maybe he really committed sexual assault. His attorney was frustrated with the video that was released to the media before they were given a copy and said Reyes admits he acted inappropriately but maintains he's innocent of the crime. Hold the phone a little bit. He says, yeah, I acted inappropriately. So you raped her. Is that what you're saying? It was consensual, but I acted inappropriately. What? What do you mean? Oh, so it was consensual. She just wanted to do the missionary position, but instead you forced her to do butt sex. I don't know. Just giving an example. The bottom line here is the whole thing. What's the big picture here that you should get out of this? When a cop stops you or you have interaction with a police officer, or when you see the police having interaction with somebody, if you have time, record the interaction on video. Record it. Because when the cops write up that report, it better match what's on your video. If it doesn't, and for all of you watching this, if you ever get pulled over and there's somebody standing on the sidewalk recording you, don't start getting pissed off at the guy. Go, thank you. Because they're doing you justice. Because if you do happen to have to go to court, you can go to YouTube or wherever that person posted that video. Just say, hey, where are you posting the video? I may need it for my attorney. And you watch the video. And then when your attorney looks at the police report, he can go, the police report ain't nothing like what's going on in this video. What the hell they wrote here? There you go. Or he can say, yeah, it matches. Always record the police.